get used to XP behaving a bit weird after a while. But no, he catches me by surprise every single time. You wouldn't have thought this all started just because I'd grown out of my favourite jacket, would you? But that's how it happened. Oh, where is it? Oh, it must be in here somewhere.
Oh, hi, Sarah. Going on holiday? Oh, can I come?
No, I'm looking for something. Ah!
Here it is.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, my warm winter jacket. I've been feeling a bit chilly lately. Haven't you?
A bit silly? Certainly not.
Not silly, chilly. You know, as in cold.
Cold, oh, I see. But you shouldn't be going on holiday if you've got a cold. You should be going to bed. Now you do that while I go and get some medicine from the shops.
No, not a cold, just cold. You know,
Like you get in winter.
Winter?
Yes, when it gets dark early and there's no leaves on the trees and you have to wear loads of warm clothes and stuff. You must have winter where you come from.
I don't think so. We don't have to take the leaves off our trees.
No, neither do we. They just fall off.
Well, they can't be very good trees then. Not if they keep falling to bits.
they're meant to fall off. In the autumn.
Autumn?
Haven't you noticed how things change during the year? You know, something to do with seasons?
Oh, yes. First there's the football season, then there's the cricket season. Or is it the other way around? Anyway, what's that got to do with trees falling to bits?
You're supposed to be the one that can find things out.
Aha, oh yes. Activate smart specs, audio on, scan to explain seasons.
Activated. Explaining. The part of Earth where you are staying has 4 seasons. Spring, summer, autumn, and winter. They are always around the same time of year. The spring is in March, April and May. The summer in June, July and August. The autumn happens around September, October and November. And winter is always in December, January and February. You can also tell which season it is by what is happening in it. In each season, the weather is different, and people, plants and animals do different things.
That's amazing. I never knew all that, did you?
Well, I'm not wearing your smart specs, so I don't know what you found out. But I know what I found out.
What's that?
Well, I've grown since last year. My warm jacket doesn't fit me anymore. I'm going to have to get a new one.
While I wondered what to do with my old jacket, XP wondered what season it actually was.
XP connecting Sarah. XP connecting Sarah. XP connecting Sarah.
Connected. Hi, Space Brain. What's new?
My investigations tell me that the season is probably summer.
Well, I could have told you that.
Nope, I have to find out for myself scientifically. Now, I want to check out my theory. Will you type it in, please?
Type what in?
S-U-M-E-R, summer.
Okay, then. And it's 2 M's.
Pardon?
Summer. S-U-M-M-E-R. What's this? Not found? Suggests seasons. Okay.
Is it there?
Yeah, there's 4. Spring, summer, autumn and winter. Here's summer.
In the summer, the weather is warm. Plants grow well in the long, sunny days. It's also the time when people like to take their holidays.
That's it. I was right. I told you, it's summer.
Yes, just like I said. Now, what do you want me to tell you about the other seasons?
No, press the button that says all.
You don't think I know anything, do you, XP?
In the autumn, the weather gets cooler and wetter. The fruit on trees ripens and is ready for harvest. This is the time when many trees shed their leaves and animals prepare for the winter. The coldest time of year is winter. It can be icy and snowy. Few plants grow at this time of year. Many animals travel to warmer parts of the world until this season is over. In the spring, the weather is showery, and it is the time when plants come out. Animals start to be active again, making nests and having babies.
So, now you know.
I certainly do. I'm glad it's not winter. Whew, that looks really horrid.
Well, winter will be here before long. That's why I need a new jacket.
If autumn and winter are coming up, I'll have to find out how I can survive. Will you help?
I guess so.
Will you find out more about how animals survive the winter?
Okay. By the way, do you like my new jacket?
Yes, it suits you. Where did you get it?
Well, I had it all the time, actually. But I'd forgotten. My Auntie Andrea bought it for me on holiday last year. But the size was too big, and now I've grown into it. Hey, that's it!
That's what?
Well, Auntie Andrea always goes on holiday to this caravan place on a farm in the country. She's friends with the people who own it. I bet they'd show me around their farm. There must be loads of things there that change with the seasons.
Good idea. I'll meet you later then. I've had a good idea too. Disconnecting.
Yeah, disconnecting. Now, the first thing to do is to find Auntie Andrea's phone number. I know I've got it around here somewhere.
Programming smart specs. Activate and acknowledge. Audio on.
Activated. Programming.
Scan do. Download to smart specs. Topic, the seasons.
Scandu loading. Topic, the seasons.
Activate sensory commands factor 20.
Command acknowledged.
Now, instead of just showing me things, my specs will make it seem as if I'm actually there. Wait till I show Sarah.
Meanwhile, Auntie Andrea had driven me to meet a farmer called Helen, who was showing me around.
So here we are at Eastbrook Farm. And Eastbrook Farm's a bit different because it's an organic farm, which means we don't use any chemicals on our crops, and all our animals live outside all year round. Here we've got dairy cows, sheep, pigs and chickens. You can see the chickens clucking all around us. We collect the eggs every day, and of course we have to shut them up at night to stop the fox eating them. We've also got lots of pigs out here. They're saddleback pigs. They're great fun. Should we go and have a look at some?
Yeah, okay.
So here we are with these saddleback pigs. This is a sow with a whole lot of 4-day-old piglets in the ark here. And they live outside all year round, and they'll actually have their young all through the year. But most animals have their youngsters, have their babies, either in the spring or in the early summer, when it's nice and warm and when there's plenty around for them to eat. But pigs aren't the only thing that are living in this field. If you look around, this place is teeming with life. Look at those swifts just skimming over the grass there. Now they're what we call migrant birds. They're birds that don't actually live here all the year. They just come in for a few months of the year, in the summer months. And then when it gets cold, they go off somewhere rather warmer.
Helen said there were skylarks too. They laid their eggs and raised their chicks in nests they built low down in the grass. There were loads of animals in the fields too, like hares. You could see foxes there sometimes as well. Next, Helen took me somewhere different.
So this is a lovely old hedge by the muck heap, which is full of all the manure that's come from the cow sheds over the winter. But this is an interesting hedge because it's got lots of different things in it. We've got the dog rose out in full flower, but just a few weeks ago, these were only little buds. You know, during the winter, it's all completely bare. Shortly, the fruits will start to set. Up there's some elderflower, and that'll turn into elderberries later on. And we'll have blackberries here in the autumn, in September and October, which are great. We always come blackberrying down here in the autumn. But the birds and the animals, it's very important for them to have this food in the hedges over the winter. In these thick old hedges, it's a great place for a lot of the little animals, the voles and the mice and the hedgehogs, to go and hibernate. And hibernation means basically they're going to sleep for the winter. It saves them energy. They get very fat in the autumn on all the nuts and berries. And then they curl themselves up in a nest in these deep hedges and just go to sleep for the whole winter.
Helen also told me about the butterflies that visited the hedgerow in the daytime, and about the animals that came out only at night. One was the badger, another was the tiny little vole, Meanwhile, XP's new improved smart specs were doing more than he bargained for.
Sensory command, factor 10. You are now feeling wet. This is because heavy rain sometimes falls in Britain. It can make rivers overflow and flood roads and parks. Sometimes even people's houses get filled with water. This is the summer of 1976. There was a heat wave all over Britain. People had to use special taps to get their water from because no rain fell for many weeks. The temperature stayed at 32 degrees centigrade for a very long time. In the autumn of 1987, the worst storm for 300 years blew across parts of Britain. The wind was strong enough to blow down around 9 million trees. In winter in Britain, there is often snow. Sometimes it gets very deep and makes it difficult to walk or drive a car. Some small villages get cut off when the roads to them are blocked by the snow. Helicopters are sent to deliver food or take people to other places.
XP connecting Sarah. XP connecting Sarah. XP connecting Sarah. XP connecting Sarah.
Connected. How are you doing?
I don't think I'll survive the winter, Sarah. It all sounds far too cold. What am I going to do?
Oh, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. I'll tell you what. Why don't we meet up at my place later? My Auntie Andrea's coming to pick me up in a minute. I found out loads here.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. Disconnecting.
Yeah, disconnecting.
So that's what we did. I told him all about my visit, and then we looked up something else I'd heard about. Okay. Hibernate. Hibernate.
Many animals do not move when the seasons change. If there is not enough food or water, or it is too cold, they go to sleep instead until the weather is right for them. This is called hibernation. Before they hibernate, they eat as much as they can to last them through the sleep. The hedgehog can slow down to a different rate of living. Hibernating hedgehogs only need to breathe every few minutes, so you could think they were dead. Many bats live off fruit which doesn't grow in the winter, so they hibernate. They choose a quiet shelter like a cave or a hollow tree and hang upside down for the winter. Bats often hibernate in groups to keep warm. Moths hibernate too. So do ladybirds. And snails seal up their shells with a temporary door. Hibernation is a good way that animals have found to adapt to the change in seasons.
Well, I never knew all of that, did you?
No, I certainly didn't. But it's given me an idea, though.
So, he decided to hibernate. He thinks it will be cheaper. You sure you want to go ahead with this?
Oh, yes, it might get too cold for me in the winter, so I've made myself a nice, cosy den.
Why don't you just go to another country where the seasons are different?
Are they?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, what are you going to do about food?
Ah, I've got 3 boxes of crisps, some apples and some fizzy drink. And now, it's time to hibernate. Goodbye, Sarah.
You really don't need to do this, you know, XP. And anyway, it'll never work.
What makes you say that?
Well, you've forgotten something very important.
What's that?
This is where Helen dumps all the muck from the cowsheds.
Oh.